just as a thought exercise for everybody. And I want to start by saying, because I'm leading you towards a conclusion that I think is correct. I don't think that Mike McDaniel deserves to keep his job. I don't think that. But if you had to take the three principles of Miami's failure, Mike McDaniel, general manager Chris Grier, quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, who do you think is the least offensive of the three? Like, if you could only keep one of those three, who would you keep? I think it's Mike McDaniel, and I'm not sure it's close. I'm not sure it's close. And that's not me stumping for Mike McDaniel to keep his job. I don't think he should keep his job. Maybe he'll be a better head coach next time. He'll be a greater, better luck next time, baby. Maybe he'll be a good offensive coordinator. He probably will be. He's a good play caller. He's a great offensive mind. I don't think he's a head coach, but he's like, I think he might be like the least offensive of the main reasons why the Dolphins stink. And I think McDaniel stinks as a head coach. That's how bad Grier is, and that's how bad Tua is. They just signed Tua last year to this monster extension. Now, I have done the work, so you, dear listener and dear viewer, so you don't have to. And when I say I did the work, I used AI. Yeah. 42-year-old Nick Kostos fired up Gemini for this one. I asked Gemini, hey, Gemini, when can the Dolphins get out of Tua Tagovailoa's contract? And it's not until, I think actually the first answer was really bad. It was like, well, Dan Marino retired in 1999. I was like, that's not what I asked. They can't get out of the contract without absorbing like $1 billion in dead cap money. And maybe Stephen Ross wants to do that. This was the guy who on a yacht tried to recruit Tom Brady and Sean Payton and ended up getting fined a ton of money. When he should have just kept Brian Flores. But oh no, Brian Flores, he was mean to Tua. He coached him hard. You watch these guys in this play. Like, honestly, he should be coached hard. Maybe he wouldn't say dumb crap like this. They can't get out of the contract until after next year. After next year. They're screwed. Screwed. Until at least 27. And maybe they'll have a new head coach next year, and we'll see what happens, but they are up against it in a big way. Also, the defense might be the worst defense in the league. It's horrible. Horrible. And for as much as Tua is not a franchise quarterback, and look, like it's not like he should be on the street. I think he could be like a bridge quarterback for a team waiting to draft like a rookie, or he could be like one of the best backup quarterbacks in the league. I think we are past the point now where Tua Tagovailoa is a hand the keys to the franchise guy. I don't think he should be an NFL starting quarterback. Not a starter in the sense that, like, this is our guy for years. He could be your guy for, like, 11 games until the rookie's ready. I think we're way past that point. But even with that said, Tua did drive the Dolphins down the field to take the lead against the Chargers last week. Like, that did happen. So for as much as I'm killing Tua, like, he did play well enough for the Dolphins to win on Sunday against the Chargers. He did. And the defense gave it up at the end. And in a moment that I think is really emblematic and symbolic, I don't know if those two words go hand in hand. Sometimes, you talk yourself into a corner. And if I didn't acknowledge it, I feel like all of you would have no idea. I could just be speaking gibberish, and you might think that I'm the smartest guy in the world. I'm just calling myself out. Emblematic, and so I don't know if those two things work in concert together, of what the Dolphins' defense has been like this year. We said at the start of the year, build a bull case for the Miami Dolphins. The pass rush kicks ass. Femi was on that before I was in the offseason. Like, look at the names. Phillips, Chubb, Grant, Seiler, Chop Robinson. Like, This should be an awesome defensive line that should be getting after that ass. In that sense, they're like virgins. No ass for you. Jalen Phillips is hanging on Justin Herbert, and Herbert just like with the flick of the wrist shoves him off. Here's Ladd McConkey, stop, 30 yards down the field. Dicker the kicker, ball game over, Dolphins lose. The defense might be the worst defense in the league. The head coach is a dead coach walking. The general manager, I feel like when you do a Whole Foods order on Amazon, and sometimes like they have the freezer bag and like the eggs are in there, and you're like, what moron did this? I feel like I wouldn't trust Chris Greer to put the right groceries in the right bag. And he's picking players to be on an NFL team. The quarterback is miscast as a franchise quarterback, and it's the worst defense in the league. Other than that, man, let me tell you something. This team's great. At least the weather's awesome. And with all of that said, we have seen an utterly fascinating move in Sunday's betting market as the Dolphins travel to Cleveland to take on the 1-5 Browns. Cleveland, who is starting, this is like Steve Young probably like watches this game and wants to stick pencils in his eyes. Lefty v. lefty, and they both stink. But Dillon Gabriel is so bad that he makes Tua look like Steve Young in the Super Bowl against the Chargers. I don't even want to say the Browns. Dillon Gabriel is right now, at this very moment, this exact moment in time, 5:31 and 40 seconds p.m. Eastern, Tuesday, October 15th, year of our Lord 2025. Dillon Gabriel is a 3-point favorite in an NFL game. And to that I say, no. 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 And I get it. Like, Dolphins' offensive line stinks. Here's Myles Garrett. And honestly, like, I don't even want to, like, joke about this. Like, Myles Garrett might, like, this could be really bad. I don't mean to joke about it. But, like, this could be bad for Tua. Could be bad. I understand. And all the reasons I gave you. Dolphins, dead coach walking, terrible GM. I think Andrew Berry's pretty good. Mike Tomlin might disagree. We know Kevin Stefanski's a good coach. We know the infrastructure's at least decent in Cleveland. It's not in Miami. And Miami's spiraling out of control. Like the Browns, we said going into the year, the Browns are soft tanking. And they hope Jacksonville's bad, and they're going to get their quarterback of the future in next year's draft. The Dolphins, wanted to win this year. And with all of that said, I have bet the Miami Dolphins +3. Dillon Gabriel can't play. And wait till Shedeur Sanders plays, and everyone realizes that he's Justin Fields without the athleticism. You thought Justin Fields was a deer in headlights against the Broncos? Wait till you see Shedeur Sanders play in an NFL game. Gabriel can't play. Watch the game against the Steelers on Sunday. The Steelers should have had 6 interceptions in the game. They dropped all of them. It could have been way worse. Browns -3. Maybe it happens because the Dolphins can't score in the game or whatever. I'll pay to see it. Give me the Dolphins +3, despite all the nonsense going on South Beach.